You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
I've passed my humiliation ritual with all honors, with flying colors. But the only difference between my humiliation ritual and a lot of others is I was walking with God the whole time. Being deeply rooted in prayer, deeply in search of answers, and deeply rooted and grounded in the palms of his hands through the process of this whole humiliation.
Man, the internet hasn't stopped talking since Katt Williams dropped those explosive claims about NLE Choppa's rise. He straight up said the young rapper had to go through what he called a humiliation ritual just to make it into the industry, like some hidden toll that comes with fame. Katt didn't hold back for a second. He said the entertainment world ain't as glamorous as it looks from the outside. Behind the flashing lights and million-dollar smiles, there's a system built on silence, control, and secrets. And when Katt said, "I passed my humiliation ritual," the whole internet froze. That line hit deep, not just because of what he said, but because of who he is. This man has survived the highs and lows of Hollywood. So when he speaks, it don't sound like gossip. It sounds like truth wrapped in warning. Katt painted fame like it's a deal most people don't understand, where the cost isn't money, it's your peace. According to him, there are doors you only walk through once, choices you can't undo, and situations you can never talk about again. And when he mentioned NLE Choppa, that's when everything went left. People started digging, comparing old clips, noticing how Choppa's energy, look, and even his tone had changed over time. Suddenly, Katt's words didn't sound so crazy. He made folks question what really happens behind those closed doors, whether talent alone is ever enough, or if some people have to trade a piece of themselves just to reach the top.
You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. That's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
I never made that complex list. I just want to let you know something, man. Your ass need to go do rock and roll or some other shit. I swear to God, 21, 18 platinum, 6 or 7 gold. Go look at the certifications. Let me know who beating me, bro.
Katt Williams broke it down in a way that shook everybody. He said the so-called humiliation ritual ain't always some secret ceremony in a dark room. Sometimes it's public humiliation disguised as entertainment. It's when they tear your image apart in front of millions, when your breakdown becomes trending content, or when your pain turns into a meme overnight. Katt says that's not coincidence, that's control. It's how the system measures obedience. They want to see how far you'll go, how much of your dignity you're willing to lose for the spotlight. That's why he calls it a ritual. Not because it's spiritual, but because it's psychological. It breaks you down before it builds you up. And Katt swears he's lived through it, faced it, and refused to bow down. That's why his words hit different. They come from scars, not stories. But when he mentioned NLE Choppa, that's when everything exploded. The internet lit up overnight. Fans started replaying old clips, interviews, music videos, trying to connect dots no one even noticed before. People started saying, wait, maybe Katt's not lying. What made it hit harder was his delivery. He didn't shout. He didn't rant. He said it calm, like it was common knowledge in Hollywood. And that's what made it chilling. Katt wasn't attacking NLE. He was warning him. Like a man who's seen too much, telling a younger brother, be careful what doors you open. Because once you step through that door, fame doesn't always set you free. Sometimes it traps you. Katt's message was clear. Success can shine bright. But sometimes that gold comes with hidden chains. And ever since then, fans been watching NLE and the whole rap industry with eyes wide open.
To not necessarily apologize, but I wanted to explain like where my head at and where it's been for like the last week. So first of all, when I did the artwork, I knew like there would be some upset people or whatnot, simply because, you know, religion is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. but I also didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a to you people, to the Christians, like, you know, it was not that. It was literally me saying, oh, I'm back like Jesus. Like, that was like the whole thing. I'm not the first person to dress up as Jesus.
Katt started talking like a man who's seen the whole playbook. Like he knows exactly how stars are built up, broken down, and rebuilt again to fit an image that sells. He said humiliation in this game ain't just punishment, it's initiation. It's how they strip away your confidence, your independence, your sense of self, before molding you into something marketable. And when you look at how many rappers go from confident to chaotic overnight, you start to realize maybe he's got a point. According to Katt, once you cross that invisible line, you owe the ones who open the door for you. You can't move the same. You can't speak the same. You're owned, even if you don't see the chains. That's why he said he never wanted to belong to anyone. No label boss, no Hollywood elite, no handler pulling strings behind closed doors. He refused to be a puppet, and that's exactly why his path's been so rough. Katt's never been the type to play nice or stay quiet. His honesty cost him fame, but it kept his soul intact. He explained how fame can twist people, especially the young ones, turning raw talent into a product and identity into strategy. He said NLE Choppa rose fast, maybe too fast. One viral song, and suddenly the whole industry's calling. Labels, endorsements, interviews, everything hits at once. Before you even process it, you're no longer a person. You're a brand with a barcode. That's the trap Katt warned about, that slow transformation from human being to business entity. Once that switch flips, you're in their system, and to stay relevant, you gotta play by their rules. He even spoke about how the industry manipulates narratives, planting fake stories, sparking scandals, or using humiliation to keep an artist obedient. And that's where Katt believes NLE might have gotten tangled. Not because he's weak, but because he's young. Because when you're surrounded by people twice your age, holding the power, they don't see your dreams. They see your potential and how much control it's worth.
Be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you around and look in the wrong room.
Whoever made that complex list, I just want to let you know something, man. Your ass need to go do rock and roll or some other shit. I swear to God, 21, 18 platinum, 6 or 7 gold. Go look at the certifications. Let me know who beat me, bro.
What really makes Katt's story hit different is how he ties it all back to his own life. He said he's watched people get destroyed by scandal, then rebuilt by the same media that broke them. The same headlines that humiliate you today are the ones that celebrate your redemption tomorrow. It's all a script, all performance. And that's exactly what Katt says the ritual is about, control. He claims once you surrender to that system, you might get the fame, the money, the spotlight, but you'll never get your freedom back. And Katt made it clear, this isn't just about NLE Choppa. It's about an entire machine that rewards silence and punishes truth. That's why his words don't sound like rumors. They sound like reality. He pointed out how today's young rappers post about being chosen or spiritually awakened, but the industry twists that language. They make it sound holy when really, it's psychological. It's a way of teaching artists that pain is part of the process, that if you're suffering, you're somehow closer to success. But Katt called it for what it is, manipulation at its finest. And most fans never even notice it happening. He reminded people that humiliation isn't always public. Sometimes it's quiet, internal, the kind that breaks you from the inside out. When Katt spoke, it felt like a man who's seen too much and finally decided he's done holding back. So when he said, "I own my narrative," it wasn't just pride, it was liberation. It meant no label, no executive, no media outlet gets to define his story. And in an industry built on image and control, that's the most dangerous kind of freedom there is.
I passed my humiliation ritual with all honors, with flying colors. But the only difference between my humiliation ritual and a lot of others is I was walking with God the whole time. Being deeply rooted in prayer, deeply in search of answers, and deeply rooted and grounded in the palms of his hands through the process of this whole humiliation ritual.
Most people's number one fear is public humiliation, okay? I don't give a anymore. I'm not afraid of it because I've had plenty.
After that video hit the internet, the whole world lit up. Social media went into overdrive. Some fans called Katt Williams a hero for saying out loud what others only dare to whisper. Others said he was just stirring chaos again. But love him or hate him, everybody was paying attention. The focus quickly moved past NLE Choppa. Now people started questioning every overnight success story. Old interviews, breakdown clips, strange behavior. Fans began connecting dots that had always been right in front of them. Some said, yo, maybe Katt wasn't lying after all. Before long, he was being compared to whistleblowers, the ones who expose the secrets powerful people try to keep buried. And whether you believe his words or not, one thing can't be denied. Katt Williams can shake up the entire industry without ever raising his voice. That's when the deep dives began. Internet detectives started digging through old photos, lyrics, and interviews, searching for hidden meanings, trying to figure out what Choppa might have really given up. Some said it was just evolution, an artist growing up. Others swore he'd lost something deeper, maybe innocence, maybe freedom. Katt's words forced people to look at the darker side of fame, the side hidden behind filters, contracts, and fake smiles. He reminded everyone that fame isn't a dream you chase, it's a deal you sign. And if you don't read the fine print, one day you wake up realizing you don't own the dream. The dream owns you.
Said that.
And I felt like that day, I kind of released a small bit of it. And I think in the process of me releasing that, that was the first time in a long time you kind of seen that glimpse of me. But when I recorded the first video that I made of me passing my humiliation ritual, I say that to say I was extremely angry. I was not calm.
What's crazy is how this whole thing turned into more than just a story. It became a symbol. NLE Choppa started representing every young artist who shoots to fame before they even get a chance to understand it, while Katt Williams stood as the seasoned truth teller, the man who refused to bow to Hollywood's rules. It felt like two generations silently colliding, one chasing dreams, the other warning about the nightmares that come with them. Katt's tone wasn't bitter or hateful. It was almost protective. Like he was saying, don't let them break you before you even know who you are. And people respected that. Because even if you don't buy into the talk about rituals or secret systems, you can feel the truth in his words. Fame can chew you up if you're not rooted in something real. By the end, what began as one shocking statement had evolved into a full-blown conversation about freedom, power, and survival in the entertainment world. Katt reminded everyone that not everything that shines is gold. Sometimes it's just polished chains. And NLE Choppa, whether he meant to or not, became the face of a much bigger truth. A reminder that success can be the most beautiful trap you'll ever walk into.